Being in nature is a perfect place to talk about holistic health practices and integrative medicine. I have been practicing yoga since I was very, very young. My Indian parents loved yoga, and yoga is so much about imitating nature. Being in the trees, there's a position called Vrksasana. So many of the other positions are about animals. Yoga is a core part of my life, and so I practice yoga, I teach yoga, and I do research on yoga. I believe I'll be doing yoga on the last day of my life. Ayurveda, as well as a cousin practice to yoga, is really, really key to my everyday and just my understanding of the way in which our prakriti, our mind and body, work in terms of what we eat, in terms of our practices every day, how we go about our daily lives, the dinacharya, the daily routine of Ayurveda. So yoga and Ayurveda are parts of my own practice as well as parts of my scholarship. UNESCO has commissioned me to write their high-level technical article on Ayurveda, and I started this work in my PhD, and it has just been a thread in my scholarship as well as my personal life. I also love the practice of Shinrin-yoku, and so here we are in the forest, this Japanese practice of being in nature. And I'm currently leading a project with Harvard colleagues that incorporates Shinrin-yoku as well as other nature-based practices that we are going to capture to really understand what I believe is a profound loss in humanity right now. It is our loss of connection to the natural world. And these practices, besides Shinrin-yoku, one of them is family constellation healing, which is a Zulu practice from southern Africa. Another one is called Fa from Ghana, and yoga is one of them from India. And the other one is Danza Azteca from Latin America, from Mexico primarily. These practices all have one thing in common. In fact, most of the ancient systems of health practices have this in common. They believe that we are all connected. We are all family, all of nature, all of humans. We are all connected. So the basis of that project, the Green Collective Wellbeing Project, is to recapture this sense of deep interconnection with nature. And from that place of embodied understanding, to take action to try to help the environment to come back into balance. The last practice I'm going to talk about is symptothermal methods. I have started a social venture called Stretchy, Fertility Planning for All Couples, which is potentially a profound transformation in the space of contraception and conception, because it just teaches people the high fidelity connection between cervical mucus and fertility, identifying the 3 days or so in which a person who presents as a woman can become pregnant. So those are a taste of the practices which I am actively involved in my personal life and as a researcher and scholar. Thank you. Namaste.